Well, hello, welcome to Smells Like. I'm Josh, so good to see you. This is my fragrances of the week where I go through Sunday through Saturday, the fragrances that I chose to wear this past week. So let's go ahead and dive right in to Sunday. Now, I've been wearing samples on Sundays. For whatever reason, I've just been picking Sundays to wear whatever samples I have laying around, and there are a lot of samples laying around. So this Sunday I chose to wear one that for whatever reason I haven't really worn much at all, but that it's pretty popular. It's gotten a lot of love, a lot of reviews made about it. It gets a lot of talk in the fragrance groups. It's from the Tom Ford Private Blends, and it's Oud Wood. So I have the little sample. I don't know why I bothered putting the sample on video, but here it is, just kind of a placeholder, I guess, to put the bottles around. But this surprised me at how much I liked it. I thought that it would just be a really ho-hum, very Western oud type of fragrance, not necessarily very oudy at all. I thought it would just be kind of a run-of-the-mill, warm, spicy type of fragrance. Kind of a cardamom type of fragrance. And actually, it surprised me. There is a darkness and a richness to this that really surprised me, really made me like it. But I may have to go ahead and get a decant of that and really get some good wearing with it. I think it would really be a good fall and winter scent to wear. So more thoughts on Oud Wood later. On Monday, I went with one of my staples that I've been wearing a lot this fall. It's from Chanel, and it's Allure Homme. This is a tonka bean vanillic fragrance with some citrus, some fruits, some spices. Really is a warm but also fresh type of fragrance. This really started and was at the head of the entire tonka bean coumarin craze that we've seen and are probably still in the middle of. This was really a forerunner to all of those tonka based fragrances. Really, tonka and lavender are two of the main notes here, but there's enough other stuff going on to kind of keep you guessing. It develops really well, really wears nicely on these fall days. Warmer fall days in particular, I've been getting a lot of good wear out of Chanel Allure. Then on Tuesday, I was surprised by a sample that I actually had delivered by UPS. So it came earlier than the mail even. Our mail usually comes in the evening. I had an early delivery from UPS, all just for this little sample from the Clarence Group, who owns Mugler. They sent me through UPS a sample of the new Alien Man. Apparently they were sending these out to just about everybody whose address they had, really trying to give this a push with its recent release now in the United States. And this really surprised me. I wore the entire sample, just decided to really pour it on, really experience it, wore it all day long, and there's just something about it that struck me. And by the end of the day, I had ordered a full bottle of Alien Man from Mugler. This has kind of a run-of-the-mill men's designer feel, but there's some really weird aspects to it that keep it from being that exactly. The way that I've described it, it's like if an alternate reality and an alternate universe created their version of like a mainstream men's designer fragrance. This is kind of what it would be, trying to be a mainstream, but it's kind of off. It kind of it's a little weird. It's not quite the right thing, which is what I really like about it. There's this electric accord used in it that actually smells, some people say, like warm or hot wires. To me, it reminded me of the old Nintendo games, the original Nintendo with those cartridges. You'd have to take them out and blow in the end of the cartridge sometimes to get them to work, and they would be hot from being inside the machine. There's an aspect of this that kind of reminds me of the smell of those Nintendo games when they were, warm, coming out of the Nintendo back in the 80s. But it also does have some other aspects that make it kind of a pleasing scent. And so the weirdness doesn't go so weird that it's going to turn people off. It's still got enough sort of a mainstream vibe anchoring it down. On Wednesday, I was just feeling kind of basic. I didn't want too much in terms of a fragrance. I had to run a lot of errands. I had to get my hair cut. I didn't have time to really like get dressed up nice. I was kind of just scrubbing around, wearing just like sweatpants and sandals, you know, and a hoodie. So I really, you know, wasn't feeling like wearing too much. So I decided to go with Allure Homme Sport. So another one from the Allure line. Again, a tonka bean coumarin based fragrance. But this has a lot more of a fresh, sportier vibe, and I found on days that I'm just feeling a little bit drab, but maybe don't have time to get dressed up or get as freshened up and you know, dapper as maybe I would like to be. This is a good fragrance that I literally just put on my entire body, even, you know, under my arms and stuff, and it just gives me a refreshing, kind of uplifting feeling on days when maybe I need a little bit of help in that department. And this was one of the first fragrances that I got in terms of my early days of starting getting into collecting fragrances. And to me, it still stands up, kind of a basic, sporty, fresh fragrance from Chanel. It still has that quality, and I still do enjoy wearing it from time to time. On Thursday, I wore a fragrance that I have been so excited about. I was excited about the decant that I had. You would have seen it on past weeks. Wearing through the decant that I got of this fragrance, and then I finally got the bottle in this week. Just recently posted a review. My review for this week was of this fragrance. It's Chanel Egoise. There's an unboxing on my channel where you can just see me opening it up and all the packaging and talking about the bottle and everything. And then also a full review that I just posted here this week that you can check on this one. I have been so excited about discovering this almost 30-year-old fragrance. It's just perfect for fall and winter. It's dark and mysterious, but it also has some light in it. It's got some really dark, rich woods, kind of a leathery feel, as well as some citrus, some of those Chanel aldehydes, some spices, like coriander, cinnamon. So it has a coolness and a brightness, as well as some warmth, some depth, some darkness. Really have fallen in love with this fragrance. It has quickly become one of my favorite designer fragrances of all time, and you're going to be seeing this a lot on future fragrances of the week. I think you're probably going to be seeing this every week for the rest of the fall and winter. Absolutely love this one. On Friday, I kept, I guess, the theme for this week going a little bit. Kind of have a little bit of a Chanel theme. Wore a lot of Chanel fragrances. Decided to keep it going with another fairly new acquisition. I actually just recently did an unboxing and review of this as well. This is Bleu de Chanel Parfum, the pure perfume version of Bleu. For whatever reason, I'm also really falling in love with this one. I love the Bleu de Chanel DNA, and this one, it really elevates that vibe with some real sandalwood that Chanel uses in this. Just create a really nice, deeper, warmer, and really well-performing version of Bleu. And today, actually just got this one delivered by UPS today. If you were paying attention earlier in the week, you may be able to guess which one it is. That's right, I got the bottle in, a full bottle of Alien Man from Mugler. It really is a pretty cool bottle. Kind of reminds me of a 2001 Space Odyssey, that Kubrick film with that sort of monolith that appears at the end of the film. I think that's kind of what they were going for a little bit with this. Really like the bottle. It has the built-in sprayer there, but then this top part does come off. It's a refillable bottle. You know, I don't think I've ever grabbed and ordered a fragrance just the same day that I sampled it. And so when I got this out of the box this afternoon and sprayed it on, I kind of at first was like, oh man, like what have I done? Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I jumped the gun getting a full bottle of this stuff. But no, I really think that it's got a uniqueness and a weirdness that is just going to keep me guessing, always kind of wondering, because it's really hard to nail this fragrance down. As soon as you think you have in mind what it's about, to me, it changes directions. And so it really is kind of mysterious in that way. I have it on now. It really is a pleasing, kind of a mass appealing designer vibe to it, but there's enough, like I said earlier, there's enough of this weirdness to it that makes it really unique to me, and really it just interests me. There's something about it that is so interesting about it. Plenty of people are going to dislike this one. I can tell you this is going to be a polarizing one. This is going to be kind of a weird release for a lot of people, I think, and I feel like people are either going to love this or absolutely hate it, and I happen to be one who, for now, I think I love it. I think I love it. So that's what I wore today. Tomorrow, Sunday, I'll be diving right back into some samples, so definitely stay tuned next week to see what I sample next, because if you've been watching lately, those samples have really been turning into full bottles. I was sampling the blue parfum that turned into a bottle, Egoist I was sampling, and Alien Man. So I've kind of been on a roll there with those Sunday samples turning into bottles. So definitely stay tuned. Hey, let me know in the comments what your fragrances of the week were this week. Be sure to like and subscribe so we can do this again sometime here at the Smells Like Fragrance channel. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.